Hello, geometry virtual learners. I'm going to walk you through geometry. So I'm just going to cut right to it. Here we go. You're going to start things off by taking this algebra probe, and this is just a school-wide, all math students will be taking this just so we can see where your math skills currently are. It's not graded. It's not going to hurt you in any way. Just take this. It's a 5-minute test, and then you move on. We have a Geometry Semester 1 Pacing Guide. This is just a suggestion on how fast to move through all of the geometry lessons. We have 26 lessons in the first semester of geometry. If you go too slow and you won't finish, this is what that would look like. If you do 1 or 2 lessons a week, you'll be done by the end of the first semester. And if you want to do 2 lessons a week, sorry, this is kind of cut off. If you do 2 lessons a week, you'll be done by Thanksgiving break. But guess what? You can go even faster. Geometry is 100% self-paced. You can go as fast as you'd like. You just need to communicate with us how far ahead you get because we unlock tests one at a time. So as you can see right here, Geometry Chapter 1 has lessons 1 through 5. We may just unlock those first 5 tests. So if you move ahead to Geometry Chapter 2, and you may take, I'll show you here really quick. Let me click on this. If you, oh look, like Chapter 6 doesn't have a test. All right, so it looks like Chapter 7 is the only one that has a test. Excuse me, Lesson 7 has a test. If you want to take this test and we don't have it open, then you need to let us know, hey, I'm ready for the Lesson 7 test. Could you unlock it? Absolutely. Communication is key. If you work ahead and you need something unlocked or you need to retake something, please contact either myself or Mr. Oberg. We are the two the main geometry teachers at the high school, so let us know and we'll unlock those really quick. Where was I at? Okay, well, let's just kind of walk through. Here's some extra resources. You probably won't use these a whole lot. I mean, you might. Here's a link to the textbook. Here's an IXL link. Let's see what else we got here. There's extra videos for each chapter. If you don't like the videos provided by Mr. Oberg, then you can look at those. Not a ton of stuff. Let's see what this is. More links. Yep, here's to the online textbook. I take that back. You may use the online textbook some. IXL, if you have your username and password saved, that's a good idea. If not, again, communicate with us. We'll do a lot of IXL work. Vocabulary is pretty heavy in geometry, so if you need some extra help with vocabulary, every single chapter right here has got you covered with some vocabulary flashcards. So here we go. 2 coplanar angles, blah, blah, blah. What is that? Oh, those are adjacent angles. I knew that. So nice little clicky-click flashcards. Let's go back to the actual stuff. Let's get down to the actual meat and potatoes of how class is going to go. All right, I'm ready for my learning, Mr. Carshins. Okay, cool. Click on the Chapter 1 folder. We break them down by lessons. So everything with a lesson 1 pertains to lesson 1. The purple folders have the lesson videos. So I'm going to show you a little shortcut here. The book work is completely optional. I would recommend doing it anyway just to get some practice. The lesson 1 notes are completely filled out. So if you ever go to the bookwork assignment, it'll tell you what the bookwork is. Hey, here's the bookwork. Do this page. Do these numbers. If you look at the attached files, there's one that's called the GM1 Building Blocks Notes Completed. I'm not sure what GM stands for. Geometry something. This actually has the geometry notes completely completed. Everything is already filled out and done for you, so you don't need to waste all of your time writing down a billion things. It would still be a very good idea to write down as much as you can, but all of the notes are pre-filled and all of the examples are done. What are not completed yet are the student practices. Those will be yours to figure out, but hopefully with the notes and the examples done, you, the student, can figure out the student practices. There will also be an additional resource coming in shortly that has the student practices also filled out. Those will be on a Google slide. Anyway, so for me, the best thing to do is I would save a copy of the completed notes, go back, and then watch the lesson videos. So here is example one. So example one in the notes is right here. Example one, give two names for line BD. Okay. That's exactly what this video right here goes over. So for me, if I'm doing this at home, I would just save a copy of the notes, have them ready to look at, and then watch the lesson video. So that way it's already written out, and then you watch. I think Mr. Oberg makes all of the lesson videos. His voice sounds a little bit different than mine, but it's still the same content. So anyway, you'll see all of this stuff that's written down live. So that, to me, that's going to be the best way to learn the content, is to download the notes, then to watch the videos. That's going to save you a lot of time to write, of writing things down. Because I mean, if you were to sit here and write all this stuff down, that's going to waste a lot of your time. But if you watch the video and you already have it written down, oh man, you're going to go so fast. And then there's student practices. I would recommend practicing those. Again, that resource, I think I call them the student practice guides. Those will be available very, very shortly. I'm going to make those. I have them made for the second semester, but I don't have them made for the first semester. Anyway, I'm going pretty long here, so let's work on the next thing. So, okay, we watch the videos. We have the notes. Let's do the practice test. So the practice test is going to be some random questions from practice, from questions that we've, they're going to be random questions from question banks that we've created, and you can take a practice test 100 times, as many times as needed. We would like for you to get a 100% on the practice test before you take the real test. So the real test is going to be very similar to the practice test, but they're just going to be different flavors of the same type of questions. So some of them may pull from the exact same question banks as the practice test, but some of them may be just a little bit different. So as you can see, the submissions to this are disabled because no student has requested to unlock it yet. But as you can see here, the practice test is enabled, ready to go, and you can take it an unlimited amount of times, as many times as you need. Okay. So the process is about it. Okay, download the notes, watch the videos, hammer out the practice test until you get 100%, and then take the real test. Now, we'll let you take the real test one time. Let me check the settings here. I think we let you take it one time. There it is. You can take it one time. If you want a retake, you need to meet a couple of criteria. I believe one of them is having a 100% on the practice test. Good job. You already got it. You already did the practice test. You already had 100%, so that unlocks your retake. If you want to do a third retake, you need to have the practice test, and you need to show us some evidence of you trying the bookwork. So for virtual learners, that's going to be a little bit more tricky. I would recommend completing this and then sending us a screenshot of your completed homework. So we'll do that for now, I think. If anyone can think of a different way for you to show me your bookwork, let me know. But for right now, you'll need to have the textbook workbook, so the bookwork, excuse me, the work from the textbook, the bookwork from the textbook. That will need to be done for you to try your third attempt. All right, and then after 3, we'll figure that out from there. But if you need a fourth attempt, we'll have to figure that out. But normally most students knock out and get this done in their first or second attempt. So that's it. I'm kind of making this video a lot longer than I wanted it to be, but that is virtual geometry. You start with lesson 1, download the notes, watch the videos, practice test, test. Take a breath, take a break, move on to the next one. Lesson 2, videos, practice test, test. Lesson 3, videos. Whoa. Oh, that's kind of nice. Lesson 3 doesn't even have a test. So basically, you just need to kind of hunt down all of these green puzzle pieces. You're only graded on the scores on your tests. So anywhere there's a test, that's going to be what you want to attack. So lesson 3, there's a couple of videos. Cool. Well, if I'm not graded on it, maybe I should just work on the things that I'm graded on. So we'll move right on to lesson 4. Okay, lesson 4. Here's my notes. Here's my videos. Practice, test, test. And that's it. You just take it one lesson at a time, and you can go as fast as you want, but we would recommend at least getting 1 or 2 lessons done per week. And then just communicate when you have trouble. That's about it. That's online geometry If there are any questions, just shoot me an email and we'll take care of those problems as they arise. Good luck this semester and get after it.